That West Indies team, which was virtually enforced on them because of the injuries you heard from Carl Hooper, Campbell and Samuel, so that there was no other batsman, no other option for them to use, and they decided to go with the leg spinner Ramnarine rather than one of the other fast bowlers they've got here, who are Corey Cullimore and Darrell Brown. So Ramnarine, the leg spinner, is in. That's the only change in the West Indies team.
Good morning to the wheels, and Pakistan is making a predictable change. Naveed Latif making way for Shahid Afridi. Naveed Latif, as Waqar Yunus pointed out, that he was not very comfortable at the wicket. Shahid Afridi, not with his batting talent, but he can be used as a leg spinner, and he can be a handy cricketer.
Here's the first ball. And that's a very, very good one to start off with from Merv Dillon right through Tawfiq Umar.
It's a beautiful delivery. First up to an opening batsman. Business area when it comes to the left-hand batsman. There's a bit of moisture in the wicket. And this must interest the fast bowlers in the West Indian team.
That's a lovely shot down the ground. So he gets off the mark after being beaten by the first two deliveries, slightly overpitched this time, and Tawfiq takes advantage of it on his first appearance. Shahid Afridi only 12 test matches. He really has been considered a limited overs player. Here's Pedro Collins to him now. That's pretty close. That's very, very close. Must have swung just a little bit too much for umpire Shakil Khan. Good delivery.
Both bowlers getting their first delivery right up there, and it's a good decision by the umpire. The ball pitching on the middle and leg, and then going with an angle would have definitely missed the leg stump. Shakil Khan starting off nicely.
Nice looking shot, beautifully played and timed off the legs. And a long chase here for Wavell Hines. Come back for three quite comfortably. Nicely timed by Tawfiq.
Not an easy shot to play straight away. Really, you have to shut the face of the bat. Tawfiq Umar watching the ball very closely, and in the last moment using the bottom hand and getting the placement. Good shot from the youngster.
That's well struck. He's off the mark. He's taken a long time to get there, and he struck it well enough. Cuffy has a long chase. I don't think he'll get there. He'll go across the boundary, and Shahid Afridi finally gets off the mark. He's had 15 deliveries to get there. That's well taken. That's beautifully taken. So Ganga takes a very sharp catch at short leg. That's the kind of catching the West Indies would have wanted in the first test match. And that's a very good catch. Dillon strikes, bat and pad. And the breakthrough has been made with Tawfiq Umar going with the score at 12 for 1.
Outwitting the opening batsman, Marvin Donnell. Feeding him with the deliveries which were moving away from him. And on this occasion, the ball came back, and Tawfiq Umar was looking to play that delivery towards extra cover. That was the mistake. Shut the face of the bat, getting an inside edge. West Indies making early inroads. Pakistan 12 for 1.
Yunus Khan now comes in to replace Tawfiq Umar. My goodness, that could have gone anywhere. Comes off an inside edge and goes for 4. He wasn't certain about that at all, but he gets off the mark with the boundary. Edge through the slips, down to the boundary for 4. He went hard. Ryan Hines throwing himself to his right, couldn't make the catch there. It was really traveling. It was high, but it was an edge, and it's gone for 4. Pakistan 20 for 1. Lovely drive from Yunus Khan.
The ball was in the slot to be driven, and beautifully done by the number 3 batsman. Beautiful try. Yunus Khan driving that one very nicely indeed, finding the gap, and that will go to the boundary.
Yeah, looks like he was unsighted there. Umpire Darryl Hare under a bit of pressure for the first time in this test match. Big shout from Cameron Coffey. I think maybe a fraction high and going down leg.
Shahid Afridi pointing to Yunus Khan that he never sighted that ball. He lost the sight. He thought it was a bouncer. He was lucky. The ball was bouncing and off the target. Otherwise, things would have been very difficult for Shahid Afridi.
Big shout from Cameron Coffey. 2 straight again. Brown chasing once more. This time they'll come back easily for 2. They'll think about the 3rd and decide to go. That's good running. Now there's Mervyn Dillon's wife here in Sharjah. No doubt she's been doing a bit of damage on the credit card. In the air and over the top of Gully, who collapsed basically. Didn't know if Ramnarine that is. The knees went very, very quick indeed. Had he stood up, it would have been around about head height.
That should have been taken at this level. West Indian fieldsmen not living to their reputation of dropping catches, and that was a sitter at this level. Shahid Afridi, yeah, hitting it very hard, but at this level it was too straight and so easy to catch. Ramnarine, rather than trying to catch that one, he was trying to save himself.
Here now is Ramnarine, so we'll see how he goes. There's a silly point in there. Afridi in strike. And the full toss. Thank you very much. So the first ball that Ramnarine has bowled in the series has been pulled away by Afridi for 4. Full toss from him.
Gets him a boundary, his 4th.
Another one. Gone away again. And that goes for 4 more. First bounce. So 2 full tosses from Ramnarine.
Spinning a great deal. Close shave.
Now that could be a 3rd one. Dillon comes around. In fact, it does go for 4. So 3 4s in the over from 3 sweep shots. Dropped. Hooper the fielder. And usually such a very, very safe catcher. Chance goes down low to his left. So more luck here for Shahid Afridi. Outside edge found, and that's a regulation slip catch.
This should have been taken very easily by Carl Hooper. The epidemic is spreading. Straightforward chance not accepted by Carl Hooper. Not being able to maintain his balance there. Falling low to his left, and that should have been gobbled.
And that's what you get when you drop the batsman and you drop one short, bangs it away. So all these are bonus runs now for Afridi and for Pakistan. It's 68 for 1. Flicked away. Fine stroke. Unprotected leg side field. Very heavy offside. Just 2 men on the leg side. And Yunus says thank you very much. Over the top, that's a huge 6. He's gone for it. That's going to land on the roof. Rebounding from the roof. Came down to Ramnarine. Last over before lunch or not. And Afridi in typical fashion, stepping down the wicket and hitting it a long, long way.
It was brilliant to the game, Shahid Afridi, because it makes it look very entertaining indeed. That was a huge strike. That went high and hard in the air and really hitting the rooftop there and then coming down. That should have been an 8.
And that's another one. So what a way to round off the session before lunch. Goes all the way. Shahid Afridi with a couple of 6s and a 4 in the last over before lunch. And Pakistan have sped on to 91 for 1 with Shahid Afridi dropped when 13, dropped when 29, has now moved on to one within a half century by taking 16 runs off the last over before lunch from Dinanath Ramnarine. He's 49, Yunus Khan has got 34, and Pakistan, having been sent in, have rather made a mockery of Carl Hooper's decision. The West Indies have aided, however, with two chances. There's the second of the 2 sixes, the last ball before lunch.
He'll pick it up on the leg side. He does quite comfortably. So there's his 50th, fourth Test 50 for Pakistan.
Seems as if the Pakistan team are having a very long lunch. Not many of them.
Through the covers. No need to chase that one. That'll be 4. 98 for 1. He's gone for the sweep, and he's hit that pretty well. Just behind square on the leg side, so that's another good over for Pakistan. The frustration continues for Dinanath Ramnarine. 107 for 1. 114 for 1. Good partnership, this one. Now, there's a big shout, and there certainly was a huge noise, and given not out quite early from the umpire. Some of the West Indies fielders thought that was regulation.
Well, Mervyn Dillon didn't even bother to look back at the umpire. He just started celebrating and started to walk towards his captain and the slip fielders. Well, there certainly was a noise there. Umpire wasn't interested. Mervyn Dillon, he's satisfied. He's just walking. And then he hears a big knockout behind him.
I'm not sure what else that could have been. Now, Ridley Jacobs perhaps a little bit of fault through not going up with a huge appeal, although, mind you, it was a reasonable toss in the air. But there certainly wasn't too much enthusiasm from his 3 mates in the slips cordon. Let's have another listen. That's out, Mikey.
Unless there was some big fly out there at the bat hit.
Let's have a look and see if there's any connection with the bat on the front pad. I don't think there was, actually. I think it's just nothing else. And you see, looking around straight away, the big not out from Shakil Khan, and Mervyn Dillon can't believe it.
That goes in the air, that's gone all the way. That's another 6 for Shahid Afridi. Man's out there. In fact, there are 2 of them. One's wearing cricketing whites, and the other one is wearing traditional Pakistani garb. And it was the one in the Pakistani garb who was closest to getting to it. The third 6.
Wasn't an easy shot to play.
Edged. Third man, 4. No third slip and no third man. And an outside edge found and away to the boundary. Nothing going for the West Indies here, all for Pakistan. So Hooper now.
Second. Oh.
Just wide. Run down towards third man. So runs right away. And they'll come back for a third. Just running it wide of slip.
A bit of room outside the off stump and the drift. Yunus Khan.
Cut away. Could go all the way to the chase here for Hines. He won't get there. Another boundary to Shahid Afridi. Down the wicket and dropped. Cullimore, the fielder, got the left hand to it. Just over his head, another drop chance. Might say that it wasn't all that easy, but it should have been held. 2 hands to it. And the substitute puts it down. So Shahid Afridi riding his luck and moves on to 83 with the boundary. And the West Indies paying the price for their butterfingerness, 139 for 1. He hasn't been dismissed by his captain, although his captain might well have wanted to do so after this miss. Coming to his left and not being able to hold on. Shahid Afridi's third chance. Might well say it's his third and a half. Here's the catch, and really should have been taken. Two hands to it, going away from him, but he got into a position, and a rueful look from Carl Hooper. How many more should go down here before they get Shahid Afridi? At 13, at 29, and now at 79 he has been dropped, and he's got 83 to his credit. They've come close on other occasions, but they just haven't got him. Tucked away in the leg side. Good piece of work by Darrell Brown, substitute at mid-on. Banged away to third man. Dillon's down there, and the ball eludes him and goes for 4. So the West Indies really in a shambles here as Shahid Afridi gets another boundary. Banged away for what should be another 4. Long chase here for Hines. He has to give up the chase. Yet another 4 to Shahid Afridi. Really a long hop outside the off stump, and he's really in top gear now. Having to hurry for the single, and that's his 50. And he'll get more than that too, or does he want it? Oh, it just hit his bat, so he decides not to take it, and that's a half century for Yunus Khan. He raises the bat. He got a half century in the first test match as well. More support here for Pakistan than we had on the opening day of the first test match.
Let's keep working, big effort up, see.
And there it is. Shahid Afridi. Applause around the ground. Pakistani flag waving, and Shahid Afridi with his second test 100, exactly 100 out of Pakistan's 165 for 1.
Once again, really the ball flying through the slips, and this time Wavell Hines not accepting it, although it was slashed hard. But then again, you're standing in that slip position expecting the ball to come hard at you.
He seemed to be ducking first and then putting his hand up in the air. It's giving an impression as if you're not seeing the ball. Mike Hazeman did make the point earlier on. There it goes. He's ducking and then realizing that the ball is coming in his direction.
That's a beautiful straight drive from Yunus Khan. He does play the shot with a lot of flair. Shot in length and put away by Yunus Khan. No problem whatsoever for the right-hander. Once again being challenged, and once again Yunus Khan taking up the challenge and putting that one away in very good style indeed. And Yunus Khan has hammered that one. No problem whatsoever. That's gone all the way. That's a fantastic hit, a 6.
Straight down the ground.
Detaining cricket. Ball him. Shahid Afridi playing all over. So Cameron Cuffey has given West Indies the breakthrough they were looking for.
Finally, they must be all saying. Off stump line, short ball. What Shahid Afridi played totally across his delivery. Short, he was looking to pull it through the mid-wicket region and got bowled. Well, that's the line that you want to do bowling, not necessarily the length. I think it was a bit too short. Shahid Afridi not playing a very good shot at all. But the end of a very good knock from Shahid Afridi. His second test century. 202 for 2 Pakistan.
Lovely touch player.
That's beautifully played. Found the gap, timed it superbly, and all the way for 4. That's a superb shot. from Yunus Khan to end off the over at 209 for 2.
It's a good shot. That's going to get him going a bit. That's a lovely shot in front of square on the offside. Plenty of time to play it, and he put it away perfectly. He's got that away as well. Plenty of time again to play square on the offside, so 4 more. This time off the bowling of Ryan Hines.
Very good shot from Yunus Khan. There you see Inzamam patting him for that effort. In position and timing was beautiful. Extraordinary timing, because this is a slow pitch, so really you had to time that ball to get something out of it. He's looking for that boundary. Not there because the field's been pushed back a little.
He's hit that beautifully. He's hit it hard as well. Very good shot. 4 runs. No ball called by umpire Darrell here, and that one is lapped back straight past the bowler for 4 more.
3 boundaries in his 16. As the focus now transfers to Yunus Khan, just 1 away from his 100.
Tries to catch it, but he's just squeezed it through the mid-wicket region. He's going to pick up the single for his 5th Test 100. Terrific stuff. Very well played indeed. Support from the crowd as well. End of the over. 241 for 2. Wow, he's got hold of that. That is a great shot. 6 runs.
What power. Awesome hit. And Zamamulak is severe.
Over the top. Inzaman after him. And now is that another 6? Yes, it is. Umpire Shakil signals, as do spectators down there.
Went fairly flat. Well, it went all the way, that's for sure. Just over the ropes.
Pulled away now. Dropped it short for 4. Ramnarine continues to be punished here. 1 sufficiently up for the batsman to go forward and hit it for 6, and now short.
Problems for the West Indies captain.
Pulled away, beautifully caught. Magnificent take by Carl Hooper. Gets rid of Inzamam. Well, that's the kind of catching that the West Indies have lacked during the course of the day so far. But that really was a magnificent take by the skipper. Makes the breakthrough for the West Indies as Inzamam goes 272 for 3, a wicket for Ramnarine.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant from the captain. Short ball pulled away by Inzamam-ul-Haq. I don't think Dinanath Ramnarine should be wanting to claim that wicket. Certainly it will go against his name, but that certainly belonged to Carl Hooper. That was brilliant. 272 for 3, Pakistan.
Yusuf Yohanna, batsman who in fact has scored 100 in his previous 3 Test matches against the West Indies. At 146 in the first innings here, and then hundreds in the 2000 series in the West Indies at Kensington Oval in Barbados and Antigua Recreation Ground. Beautifully bowled and through. Jacobs beat everyone. Goes away for 4 runs, so that's another chance for the West Indies. Outside edge found. Jacobs lets it go. First ball.
Didn't seem all that excited about the edge, the West Indies fielders, but yes, definitely. Right through Jacobs' legs.
Decisive blow this time from Yusuf Yohanna. Always intended to play it in the air over mid-wicket. Difficult shot selection. Cameron Caffey will continue. 1 for 29 for the lanky fast bowler. That's a lovely shot. Delightful timing from Yusuf Yohanna. We were talking about the lazy elegance, and there it was. Putting it away in the air. That was the option available to Yunus Khan. And he can afford to be penetrative against the spin because he's been out there for plenty of time, playing against the spin and putting it away with utmost of ease.
Been a bleak day for the West Indies, except for that catch. It's a great shot, through extra cover, really good shot, brings up the 300 as well. 4 more runs. Down the track, and has it gone over top? Yes, it has. Over the top of Mervyn Dillon, that is. Not into the stand. A couple of bounces. 4 runs. It's gone after that one. That's a very good shot indeed. 4 more. Well, that's well played. Just waited a little bit longer before he put it away. 4 more. They're in control, Pakistan. 327 for 3. From the pavilion end, 22 years of age, from Jamaica. Well, pretty tidy off breaks in the first test. It's gone after him straight away. And that's going to just trickle over the rope for 4. Gone. It's a very, very good shot again. Now he just moved the cow corner in, and that was spotted by Yunus Khan, and he's just dipped him for another boundary. Just the 1 ball remaining in day 1 of the second test, and he's going to be there in the morning.
Over. Okay, time.
Hello and warm welcome to all of you. Pakistan ruled the roost on the first day of this test match, whereas the West Indies found things very tough right from the moment Carl Hooper won the toss and inserted them in on what turned out to be a good batting track. Let's just refresh our minds of what has happened so far. Pakistan, well, they have safely placed a couple of hundreds from Shahid Afridi and Yunus Khan, and importantly for Pakistan, Yusuf Yohanna is batting beautifully on 47 with just 61 deliveries. Well, the West Indian bowlers struggled. 1 wicket for Mervyn Dillon, 1 for Cameron Cuffey, and 1 for Dinanath Ramnarayan, who was punished by Shahid Afridi but later picked up a wicket. Well, this pitch still looks very good for batting. Let's go to our experts, Mike Haseman and Michael Holding, who are out there to narrate the tale of the track.
Wow, did we see some great cricket yesterday? Let's check out the tail of the track. Now, the first thing we've got to remember is that Carl Hooper won the toss and asked Pakistan to bat. And then Pakistan certainly rubbed salt in the wounds by scoring at just under 4 runs and over and ending the day at 344 for 3. There are also some hot chances flying around, and overall, West Indies missed 6 of them. And 60% of Pakistan's runs were scored in boundaries. And so far, it's been a batsman's paradise. Now, the West Indies, they've got some work to do today. Hey, Mikey, do you fancy a bowl?
Not at 48, Mike. Perhaps 20 years ago, and even then, I wouldn't be in a hurry to come out and bowl on this pitch. It's very, very good. The ball is coming onto the bat quite nicely. The only thing I'm worried about, though, and this is just a second day, are a few marks here that are in the danger area. These marks, these spring marks, were obviously made from batsmen. We saw the umpire warning a few batsmen yesterday about running on the pitch. It's churning up just a bit. Still not serious yet. The bowlers follow through, as usual, well wide of the danger area. Absolutely no problems. If you forget about that, you will see that the pitch is in general condition very, very good. The ball is still coming onto the bat. Still no problems for the batsmen. Pakistan 344 for 3 at the end of the first day. One suspects that they'll come out and bat most of today. Conditions still ideal for batting. Not too sure at one will bowling with 344 for 3 on the board.
It's a good start. A little bit of movement, perhaps off a little bit of a crack. And also, looks like the West Indies players have taken the second new ball. So they've got to strike early. Cries of catcher, but it went quickly past Carl Hooper. No real chance there. Flew away for 4 runs. So 7 off the first over this morning. 351 for 3.
And so far it's runs for Pakistan. That ball flying again off the top edge of the bat. Yunus Khan throwing everything at it. Well wide of Carl Hooper. Had no chance of getting there. Mervyn Dillon getting a little bit excited again, but if he had a first dip, possibly.
In the air, and it's going to race away for 4. That's got through. Third man's got work to do. It's going to be touch and go. Let's go. 4 more.
Carl Hooper can afford to have a 7-2 field for him on so many occasions. At the moment, there is a 7-2 field as well. 3 slips in place, just 2 men on the onside.
Chopped it on. Well deserved by Mervyn Dillon. He's tried hard and he's got an important breakthrough early on day 2.
Came back quite sharply. First delivery this morning came back quite sharply, and again this one to Yusuf Yohana. Excellent delivery again. This new ball, they needed it to do a bit of work, and it has. Played on Yusuf Yohana. Again, perhaps looking to just guide that ball down through the gully region. In the movement, cramping him for room. Good bowling. They needed that wicket, the West Indies. Yusuf Yohana not getting to 3 figures on this occasion. 364 for 4.
Abdur Razak is the next man in. He's been sitting with the pads on for some time. Very, very talented all-rounder, this man. Just 22 years of age. He's got a secondary ball to contend with. Now, that was a noise. I don't think it was a nick, though. Neither does Darryl Hare, and he's the one that counts out there. 364 for 4.
Flashed away. Goes away for 4. He really took advantage of a ball too wide, really, to bother him. He had plenty of time. And this is a nice, easy-paced pitch. And it goes away for 4. 373 for 4. He's not taking up anyone's space, I can assure you. There's plenty of it on the ground here. What a lovely shot. Stood up straight and punched it through the offside. That's a magnificent shot from Abdur Razak. Just emphasizing the quality of his batsmanship and also the quality of the pitch for batting. The full swing of the bat. So he goes on to 11, 383 for 4. As we see it again. It's worth seeing again too. Because that really was a classical back foot shot through the offside.
That's nicely put away by Yunus Khan. Bit of width. And that boundary will also bring his 150. What a knock from a very fine young cricketer. His career best and being applauded by everyone here in the ground in the dressing room area.
Very good knock. Very, very good knock by Yunus Khan. Came back out this morning with 131 to his name and started all over again, which he should.
Up in the air, this will be taken. It's got to be out, caught, and yes, safely done. Garan Ganga made sure that he called early. And so easy catch, and Yunus Khan departs.
Attempted the same shot as he played against Cameron Coffey in the over before, but this time I think the ball, the angle of the delivery from Pedro Collins, pushing it across the body of the right-hander, just made it a touch more difficult. Trying to drag that from outside off stump across his entire body towards the onside. Just succeeded in spooning a simple catch for Darren Ganga. Another wicket for the West Indies, but the end of a very good knock from Yunus Khan. 393 for 5 Pakistan.
Rashid Latif is the new batsman in. He's had a wonderful time both with the gloves and with the bat. very useful cricketer. You see that phenomenal innings in the first Test match. The first innings, 150, and then quick fire, 47 not out. And he was off the mark. It's very good cricket from Rashid. Overthrows will earn them more runs. 5. No one really backing up. Ridley Jacobs a little late in covering that throw from Brown.
Just came onto the field as well, Brown, as a substitute fielder. That was very wide.
Raises a 400 against the West Indies. This is becoming a very familiar sight to West Indies in the field. Total of 400. Pakistan with 493 in the first innings of the first Test match. Sri Lanka with scores of over 500 and over 600 in the recent series in Sri Lanka, to maintain the kind of control which the West Indies have managed to exert this morning. Fast bowlers, Dylan, Collins and Cuffy have done a very good job. And that's gone through the bowler. Really should have made the save off his own bowling. Won't go all the way to the boundary. Just trotting through for 2. Might just have carried to the bowler. Near caught him bowled here. Hit pretty hard. Not quite perhaps, but we'll have a better look there.
It was hit with immense power, although it would be considered as a chance. But there wasn't much reaction time for the bowler. Rashid Latif giving everything behind that stroke.
Well bowled, very well bowled, but no one in to take the catch. Just the 2 slips surprised him.
That's junior Yusuf Yohana. Not as focused as his father has been in the crease, but he'll get there.
Eyes are wide open, that's for sure. Carl Hooper has taken the catch of a wicket, so Dinanath Ramnarayan has struck. He'll be pretty pleased with that. He's picked up his second now, and this is turning out to be a very, very good session for the West Indies.
Rashid Latif will be disappointed with that shot because it wasn't on. Just before lunch, you're looking to build up a partnership, and he himself was in very good form and really giving it on the platter here. Playing across the line, across the spin. He really had to clear Carl Hooper. He's positioned himself really well in that mid-wicket earlier picked up, and Zamam ul Haq with a stunner. Now get rid of Rashid Latif for 16 and 16 for 6 Pakistan.
Saqlain Mushtaq, the off-spinner, the very talented off-spinner, is the next man in for Pakistan. He's had a full go at that. He's got it over around about the second slip region. High and wide, no chance of any dismissal. Another 4 runs.
Safely done in the end by Abdul Razak. The width was there. He was looking for the gap, and it was created over the slip cordon. Going hard at it, slashing it hard and over that slips. The fieldsman, no danger of getting out. Very good job done by the West Indies here. They had to pick up wickets. They had to make sure that Pakistan didn't run away with the show. And they've done that exactly this morning. Extended session, hard work by the West Indian bowlers, and a good one in the end.
Cracked away down towards third man for 4. So that's a good positive start for Abdul Razak right after lunch. Pulled away, so too short here, Cuffy. And 2 boundaries off the first 3 balls after lunch. This is not the start the West Indies wanted.
With Faisal Iqbal.
He bowled him, that's it. Saqlain looking to give himself room, and that's a length of certainly fuller than we've seen so far from Coffey, and Sack Lane goes 7 down for 447.
Again, this shot shows Pakistan's intentions. Sack Lane, they're looking to give himself room to score. He's not looking just to stay at the crease. But good bowling from Cameron Coffey. Pitched up much better length, much fuller length than previous deliveries, and the end result much better than those shots that were pulled through the mid-wicket region. 447 for 7 Pakistan.
Captain Waqar Younis comes in now to replace Sack Lane Mushtaq. Sack Lane going to Coffey. Hits the off stump, hits the stumps for the second time for the day, Coffey. And Waqar off the mark right away. That's his 50. Easily played, just a little tuck on the leg side. It's not been the best of innings from Abdur Razzaq in that he hasn't been timing the ball perfectly from the start, but he hasn't given it away, and he's got better and better as it's gone on. And there he is now with a half century to his name. And that's very well played.
High percentage of 50s and centuries.
He's out. So that Ramnarayan finally has asked the question of Shakil Khan, and Shakil Khan finally has answered in the affirmative. Leg before Waqar Younis, 8 wickets down now for 454, and Ramnarayan is getting some success after his disappointments of yesterday.
I think he had to get this LBW decision for him at some point. Not a big spin of the ball. There again, Waqar Younis is just pushing his legs straight down the pitch. The ball is pitching in line, it's straightening. It's not a long way forward. That's not a long way forward for any batsman. So, another wicket down. 454 for 8.
Shoaib Akhtar has come out. Caught and bowled. So Shoaib is caught and bowled, just pushing that ball back into the lap of Cameron Coffey, and Coffey's having a pretty good birthday here with another wicket to him. 463 now for 9, with Shoaib going caught and bowled by Coffey.
Better length again, a much fuller length again here from Cameron Coffey. And these fuller length deliveries certainly proving more effective than the shorter ones. Not right up, but a lot fuller than the previous deliveries that you were being pulled through the mid-wicket region. Safely held by Cameron Coffey. I didn't think Shoaib Akhtar wanted to go. He's going back into his crease. Not too sure why he thought he had to get back, but it's 463 for 9.
That's crashed away. That's gone away just inside the boundary for 4. That's a terrific blow from Abdur Razzaq. Coffey giving him width.
That is the important factor there, the width. Much too wide of off stump, giving him too much room to just play at those deliveries.
Edged and caught, and that's the end of the innings. So Chris Gayle takes the catch. 4 wickets for Cameron Coffey for the first time in Test cricket, and that's a good birthday for him. So Pakistan all out for 472. Abdur Razzaq is left 64, and Cameron Coffey will celebrate his birthday, his 32nd birthday, with his best figures in Test cricket.
Good day for Cameron Coffey. It's a good score this for Pakistan as well. 472 all out. West Indies though cannot be too unhappy with their work today. Started the day 344 for 3 Pakistan in a very, very strong position, and the West Indies have fought back well. Good morning session, and again now just after lunch. Good catch that by Chris Gayle. Pretty safe in that stiff cordon. Should be very happy. 472 all out. Cameron Coffey, the first time in Test cricket getting 4 wickets in an innings. And quite economical as well. 29 overs for 82 runs and 4 wickets. Good going.
Pakistan for under a total of 500. It looked very much when play started today, and given the circumstances yesterday when they were so flat in the field and missed 6 chances and were really up against it, that the West Indies temperament had been broken, their spirit had been broken after losing the first test by 170 runs. But they've come back well today. They've regrouped and they've managed to limit Pakistan to 472 all out. Now when I say limit, that's a comparative term, of course, given the start they had at the first ball this morning. Dillon 2 for 63 and Cuffy 4 for 82 have been the best of the bowlers. Dinanath Ramnarine came back well today after the punishment he received yesterday, 3 for 137, and Pedro Collins' figures of 1 for 99 don't reflect the way he bowled, because he bowled better than that, but he hasn't got the figures, and it always is not, it's not always the case that the figures reflect the way a bowler has bowled. The other partnerships, 190, then 70, then 92, and after that nothing too much for the Pakistanis.
It's leg side's a little bit loose, and Darren Ganga has got off the mark officially. Oh, there's a slip. Chris Gale has gone down, but luckily it was an early call from him. We've seen a few guys slipping on that green grass just to the side of the track. Great shot, very good shot indeed. Gully is quite fine, and it's raced away for 4. Smash! 4 runs. Another fine shot from Chris Gale. He's chopped it on the bottom edge. It was going for the pull shot. Now, wasn't that short, I don't think, to try the pull shot. He got a bottom edge and cannon into the stump. So the West Indies lose their first wicket, and that is an important breakthrough.
Like it was said before, that Chris Gale doesn't like hitting too many boundaries on the leg side. On this occasion, the shot selection was poor. The ball wasn't that short, and it wasn't rising. Died on him at the last moment, getting an inside edge onto the wicket, and Shoaib is delighted. Pakistan making early inroads. West Indies 19 for 1.
25 years of age from Jamaica. There's Wavell Hines. He's there a lot earlier than he would have liked. 19 for 1, the West Indies.
Beautiful drive from Darren Ganga. That's a classic drive. Once again, Darren Ganga cashing on that length. This will run away to the boundary. Once again through the onside. Taken? Not really. Gone through the hands. Very ambitious from Ramiz Raja.
Almost taken. Between 20 and 29, 6 times. Between 10 and 39, 12 times.
Once again, a lovely drive. This time through the offside. Darren Ganga is enjoying this. Abdur Razak after the ball, but once again, nicely timed. Well, not in control there. Wavell Hines looking to sway away from that line of that shot man. Didn't look very comfortable. An edge and a boundary. Nicely played. Danish Canaria will not be able to stop that. That's messy stuff from the youngster. Disappointment for Shoaib Akhtar. Short and wide and put away nicely by Wavell Hines. Too much of width. That wrong on going badly for the bowler there.
Hits it hard into the ground. It's got some pace on it, and might just go all the way. Well, Afridi, but the ball beats him and goes for 4. He's pulled that away very well indeed. Good save on the long leg boundary. Canaria down there coming to his left. Got her on, anticipated well. That's really hammered through the offside by Hines. He threw everything at that. Hit it as hard as he could. Saw it on the half volley and threw the bat at it. That is beautifully hit. That is a very difficult shot to play. It's all very well when you free your arms and hit it through the offside as he did early in the over. But to be tucked up and to strike it so well between mid-on and mid-wicket, a very difficult shot to play and beautifully played.
And especially with the full face, when you are playing on the onside, there's a bit of tendency with all the batsmen. They shut the face of the bat. But on this occasion, Wewell Hind just rolling the wrist at the last moment and caught the timing.
Beats mid-on. Beautiful straight on drive by Ganga. He's really played beautifully in this innings. He's moved on now to 42. Edged between the keeper and first slip. Whether it would have carried or not is a matter of conjecture, but beat the batsman and went off the outside edge between the keeper and first slip. Went for 4. Ganga now moves on to 46. It's 79 for 1.
There were 3 fielders around the bat originally.
Looking for the second and will get there. That's very good running, Billy. The bails have been removed. Appeal made. Rashid Latif quickly getting rid of the bails. And Darren Ganga, although seemed to be in control, then suddenly losing the force.
Not too sure this was a good decision to come back for the second run, but we'll find out if he made it. It was going to be a very close call, one would suspect.
Well, the stumps are broken there and the bat is just on that line. So I think it's bye-bye to Darren Ganga. So the third umpire, Mia Aslam, not totally sure whether the bails were taken off in time or not. And so lucky escape there for Darren Ganga. I thought it was very, very close and maybe out. West Indies doing very well here. 19 overs, 88 for 1. And he's bowling round his legs. Fantastic delivery from Saklan Mushtaq. There's the breakthrough that Pakistan were looking for and provided by Saklan Mushtaq with a very good delivery. Spin back from leg stump.
Does get a fair amount of turns at in Mushtaq. Looking for the sweep shot, but not really covering those stumps of his. Wewell Hines, and the ball pitched outside leg and spun back behind him. That's good bowling. That's an excellent delivery. Wewell Hines looking a bit perplexed there. Not sure exactly how that happened, but it's 88 for 2.
Carl Hooper, the West Indian captain, is the next batsman in. Down the track and a beautiful drive from Carl Hooper. And dropped. Yunus Khan is the fielder in the slips. Beautifully bowled by Saklan Mushtaq. He was looking for that outside edge and not accepted.
Beautiful ball is the one that drifts away. Carl Hooper looking to play that through the onside. That should have been taken.
Beautifully put away by Darren Ganga. He's been timing the ball brilliantly right throughout this innings. And that boundary also gets West Indies 100.
Good use of the feet, good placement, and great timing. Gee, that's a very good shot from Carl Hooper. He's a very, very good player of spin bowling, all along the carpet.
So these two batsmen won't want to lose their wicket.
It's gone. Through him. I think it was off the pad as well. Maybe a bit of an inside edge also, but the quicker ball from Shahid Afridi has got through the defence of Darren Ganga. He was a little bit loose in the last 10-15 minutes, and he's paid the price.
We spoke about it, that if the batsman gets himself on the back foot against Shahid Afridi, can get into trouble. And Shahid Afridi proving that he was quicker in the air and ball came in a bit. And Daniel Ganga was in no position to play any sort of a stroke. He has to pay the price. Pakistan making another breakthrough, 116 for 3.
Shivraj Chandler for the next man in. It's a good shot. They didn't move in the covers. 4 runs.
Come on, Taki.
Sweep. And he's hit it very well. Good timing again. That's another 4. Back-to-back boundaries. Looking to use his feet. Gets down the track and gets off the mark with 2 runs. And there's confirmation of the no ball, the second last ball that over. 128 for 3. Looking for 2 is Carl Hooper. Should be able to come back quite comfortably. In fact, he might as well stop running. It's 4 runs. Short. And he's put it away for 4. Bread and butter for Shivraj Chandler.
Safyan Mushtaq once again deciding to use that over spinner. Wasn't pitched up. Landed a bit short. And Chandapal getting himself into a nice position and hitting it very hard in that vacant area at mid-wicket.
Of course, he's famous or infamous, as you view it, for his call-in of a few bowlers in the National Cricket Parade for no bowling for throwing rather than overstepping the front crease. He's made use of that. He's played that shot once before, and this time he'll get 4 more. Didn't quite hit it as hard as the earlier one, but he gets 4 runs for it. Beautifully played by Hooper, taking full advantage of a low full toss and just stroking it so sweetly through extra cover for 4. So he moves on to 35 at the end of the over. It's 157 for 3. And you give him out. Chandapal goes. I think he may have played that ball into his boot. Johanna takes the catch at City Point. A look of resignation on his face, and I think he'll find that that's what happened. Umpire here raising the finger. That's a very crucial blow for Pakistan just before the close of play.
Well, there was a noise, a huge noise, and I think that must have prompted the umpire to give the decision in favor of the bowler. Here you see Chandapal coming down, and then the bat hitting the turf, maybe not even the boot. Big noise, ball carrying to seal him it off, and I think Chandapal clearly unlucky there. He's gone for 16, and West Indies lose their 4th wicket for 159.
Merv Dillon has come in as the night watchman. He's got quite a long way to go.
Bowling.
As night watchman, there are another 5 overs. Well, 4 overs and 5 balls now. And another just about 23 minutes left for play.
If you want to change, come on.
Here's how Chandapal went.
There was a noise. Maybe the bat hitting the boot or part of the pitch, and umpire Darrell here had no hesitation.
Very, very, very close. That's not the best of shots to play at this time for the captain.
He's got to restrain himself here. Carl Hooper, wicket has fallen. Although that ball was shot, but it didn't rise to his liking.
That ends the over. And Dillon is walking off. In fact, that is going to be the close of play. So we do finish, in fact, at 25 minutes past rather than 25 minutes to. Countries in the West Indies, the CBO stations who are taking this will be relieved that the close of play has come with the West Indies at 164 for 4. nice sunny morning now. Very misty early on. Up until about 8 o'clock was very misty over in Dubai and here in Sharjah as well, but it's cleared now. No resistance. 161 now, 162 now for 8.
Well, what a delivery from Abdul Razak. Even the best in the world would have struggled to play on that kind of delivery. The late movement and swing away from the bat squared the batsman up. Hit that off stump very hard. Abdul Razak really is having a great time with the ball out there. So another duck for a West Indian tail-ender. This time it's Dinanath Ramnarayan. 162 for 8.
Cameron Coffey comes out as the number 10. But I know in Trinidad they're preparing for Carnival. This won't help their mood, or perhaps they'll just get rid of the memory of this. Oh, that's a nice looking shot by Coffey. Gets him 4. Flicked away. So Cameron Coffey gets a boundary.
Slips can come forward a little.
Flicked away. Gone way down towards square leg. That's a flourishing shot by Cameron Coffey.
The one in the first innings, which is an absolute beauty. Got it! Off stump. So just playing the wrong line there, Cameron Coffey. So that's another wicket down for the West Indies, and the skipper has done the damage.
It's just a matter of time, wasn't it, Cameron Coffey? Straight way inside the line of that delivery. Exposed the stumps. And Waqar breaking through for Pakistan. 189 for 9.
Number 11 for the West Indies is Pedro Collins. Normally doesn't stick around too long. There it is. Off stump has been knocked back. So it's all over. The second test in Sharjah has been won by Pakistan quite convincingly. Supporters are very, very happy. Mixed emotions, of course, in the change room area. And Pakistan have been outstanding here. 171 runs. I'll start that again. 170 runs they won the first test by. This one, 244 runs. So it really is a wonderful job by Pakistan. Congratulations to them. And Pedro Collins has got his 7th duck.
Waqar is master of getting rid of the tail-enders. In swinger, flicking the pad, went on to hit the off stump. Wicket number 352 for Waqar Yunus. And Rashid Latif looked very happy, leaving a bit of cage between bat and pad, and allowed the ball to hit the stumps.
So no wonder the flags are flying high. Waqar Yunus has finished perfectly here. 4 for 44 off 10 overs for him. Razak also did some serious damage. And Pakistan win by 244 runs and take the series. The first ever series in Sharjah, 2-0. 2 it is, Waqar, 2-0. Brilliant performance from Pakistan. They have been so impressive.
They've been very impressive throughout the series. They batted very well. They bowled their heart out, and the fielding was excellent. Pakistan outclassed West Indies in every department of the game.
So there it is, just the shaking of hands between the two teams. The series has been played in pretty good spirit. It's been nice and aggressive. That's a lovely shot, isn't it? Desert Sunset, and 189 all out for the West Indies. So yet again, they didn't get past 200 when batting in the second innings. Main contributions from Ryan Hines, who looks a very, very good find for the West Indies. 46 of 55 balls. And his namesake, Wavell Hines, 34. And then you've also got to look to Richie Jacobs, who finished not out on 35. But again, a disappointing test for the West Indies overall. And I think one stat we've got to keep remembering is the fact that Carl Hooper won the toss and asked Pakistan to have a bat, which surprised everyone in the stadium. So disappointing. 189 all out for the West Indies in their second innings.
And the bowling card. Waqar Yunus picking up 4 wickets for just 44 runs. Shoaib Akhtar was very lethal when he was bowling with a new ball, picking up an important wicket. Abdul Razak, as usual, giving Pakistanis very important breakthroughs, picking up 3 wickets, and Saklayan Mushtaq was superb. Ball with the heart, picked up 2 wickets for just 42 runs. Shahid Afridi giving away 14 runs in 2 overs, and Danish Canaria, he went for 25.
So there's a look back at the mini card of the second test. Pakistan in the first innings, that was a good total, 472, with Yunus Khan playing superbly for 153. Cameron Coffey picking up 4 for 82 overall. And the second innings, 225 for 5 declared. But the West Indies, of course, only made 264 in their first innings, with the skipper making 84 not out and Shoaib Akhtar getting 4 for 63 on that occasion. And then in the second innings, the West Indies rolled over for 189. And once again, they've done it. They've lost 5 wickets for 28 runs, and Pakistan won by 244.